Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As some of you already know, here on the East Coast in the general vicinity, it has been sleeting and snowing, but it's wet. It's not sticking. Only close to the trees is it really sticking. Honestly. Pardon me. So we might very well have a white Christmas. It's been a good while since we had that. Since we've been able to do that. Last year we had a lot of snow. And I want to say it was like the tail end of November, beginning of December, we had buku amount of snow last year. But this year seems like it's trying to get on time. Although it's been kind of warm. It's been kind of warm and people are screaming, global warming. No boo-boo. The weather everywhere goes in circulation. You know, from warmest to coldest to meh to So, I just don't want anything to happen like back in, what was it? 1999 or 2000? There was a horrible ice storm. It knocked power out for a whole lot of people for, I want to overestimate and say about a month. A month. It was a widespread catastrophe on the East Coast. And I remember we kind of stockpiled at my grandmother's house. I mean, yeah, it was kind of cramped. But anywho, so I want to talk about, something that I'm personally going through right now, which is what's called seasonal depression. Now, I get this. Seasonal depression, it hits me. For me, now everyone else is different. And it could be triggered by any amount of whatever, anything. But mine is triggered by Christmas. I love the holiday and I love what it represents. But the holidays, especially Christmas, hits me exuberantly hard because I have a lot of things like ornaments and just things I use to decorate my home that have a lot of memories tied with it. That have a lot of fond memories and also terrible memories. But I put them out there nonetheless because every year it gets a little easier. Every year it gets a lot less. I remember a lot of wonderful Christmases, and no, it wasn't because of the presents. It was because of the people that were around and the people that celebrated it with us. I remember throwing these huge Christmas things at my great Aunt Mary's place, my grandmother's sister. My great Aunt Mary's, grand aunt, my grand aunt Um, everyone in the family on my grandmother's side got together, and we had a Christmas dinner. Whether it was the day of, the day before, the day of, or the day after, or somewhere in the month, we all got together. We exchanged gifts. We hung out. Played. Well, me and my cousins played. We also, had a nice big dinner. Everyone brought something. It was like a big giant potluck. Also, I remember the petty bickering and the snootiness that other family members had. Not all of them were like that. I mean, I kind of thought my aunts and uncles were pretty cool. My cousins were pretty cool too. I do miss, the camaraderie and the getting together. A lot of the family members that did that wanted to do that pretty much were the fuel behind all that, they're gone. They're no longer here. And it breaks my heart. And there were times where we did that at my grandmother's house. Her tiny house. Everyone getting together. And it didn't matter, that it was a tiny place. It was the fact that families got together, And I miss that. I wonder about them. I very much would like to, see how they're doing other than Facebook stalking some of them. But I know that, I guess I don't contact them because I'm afraid that, they have their opinions of me. And they don't know who I really am. And they don't... They have their opinion of me, and it's set. If there's something I know about my family is they don't change their opinions on a person. No matter what good deed they've done, and no matter how good of a person they can be or are. And, I think that's the same thing goes with every family. We all have our lives, and we all do them, And out of shame and embarrassment and not living up to one's standards, we don't continue the getting-togethers. Or for whatever reason, we're just fixated on our own lives that we can't pull away from it, and it would pull us out of our comfort zone to pull away from our life so we could, see old faces again. And we're left that reminder that, we're all getting older. It's not the same. It's true, it's not the same. It's not going to be the same. So the best way to get through this kind of thing is try to, for instance, I love doing Christmas cards. I don't know why. I just do. I like well-wishing people. So, my depression, it keeps me from focusing. Especially at home. At home is where my guard is down. I do whatever. It is what it is. I am myself. No filter, no guard, no nothing. Just bare me. So what I decided to do was, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take care of this so that people have it. You know, I'm going to, you know, I'm just going to do the Christmas cards. And that's what I did. The Christmas cards. I felt good and accomplished. For some reason, I was able to focus more on writing rather than folding laundry. Because I did it. Mission accomplished. I feel quite good about what I did. I did all 13 letters. 13 Christmas cards. I think that was more than last year. Last year I only had 9. Today it was 13. 14. 13, 14. Yeah. So, you focus on the things that you enjoy doing. If it's making cookies, then make cookies. If it's wrapping presents, which I'm actually pacing my holiday stuff that I do. Oh my god. Ooh. I didn't sleep much. I got maybe 5 hours of sleep. That'll be fine. Kept waking up for some reason. I'm out of melatonin. Ha 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 ha. So I'm pacing myself on the holiday stuff because my next holiday thing that I enjoy doing is wrapping gifts, and I've got some that I need to wrap. Pardon me. The holidays can really get you down. Another time where my seasonal depression, again, everyone's different, that hits is the summertime. For some reason, Christmas and summertime hit heavy and hard because the summertime is where I have these really great, awesome memories of my childhood, and it's hard to let it go. It's hard because you remember things and people the way they were, and then when you revisit them during the summer, it's like, the hell? I don't remember this. Like, for instance, some of you people, if you guys know, the area that I grew up at is a little township, I guess you call it, called Matoka, Virginia. Matoka, Virginia. That place has changed dramatically. I wouldn't say progressively, slowly but surely, but the changes just, they happen. It's like wham, wham, wham. Like, okay, I go to Oklahoma, live my life over there for 3 years, I come back, and the park that I told the person I was with at the time that visited back to Virginia, it all changed. Matoka Park changed astronomically. It got bigger. They put more in there. It's just more. Anything you could think could happen to a park that is good happened. But for those of us that are very sentimental, it is not good, and it threw me for a loop, and I cried. I went there, and I didn't recognize anything except for the baseball fields and the football field and the concession stand. As for everything else, yeah, everything was just turned upside down and redone, pretty much. My depression, I guess, it comes from sentimentality and change. And old scars, and realizing as I get older how fucked up some things were. And realizing the flaws. But then again, I'm holding on to the wonderful memories. It's like, yeah, that was fucked up, but remember this time? That was awesome, wasn't it? Yeah, that was. Kind of almost makes me want to go back to the 90s. But honestly, if we were to be honest, I'd like to go back on my sister's era, where things were a little more entertaining, where MTV first begun. If you guys don't know what MTV is, you might want to look it up. Anyhow, the best way to get through this kind of depression is to focus on the positive and the good. And if you can't seem to find it, make it. Do what makes you happy. Even if it makes no sense. You could be 3 o'clock in the morning baking gingerbread men. I know some people that are doing that. And they sat there and ate what they wanted of them. I was just like, you know what? Yeah. I ate 6 gingerbread men. Well, good for you. You do you, honey. For the record, did you know that if you make gingerbread cookies and take there's either pumpkin or eggnog ice cream that does exist, and you dip them in magic shell, oh my god, it is good. Sometimes we are prone to eating our feelings. We need to be very careful of that, because, you know. And if you feel like you're going at this alone, you're not alone. You're never alone. The people that you're missing are just a voice away. I'm not saying you can summon them. I'm saying the thought, when you think of them so adamantly and so passionately, and all your thought is bent on remembering them, they're there. They feel it. And it's bittersweet. So, don't worry, guys. You're not alone in dealing with this. A lot of people think they're alone, and it's like the worst and the most dumbest time of the year to be upset and sad. You're not wrong for feeling this way, and you're not alone. There are some people that get up and move for the whole season of Christmas. And they go on holiday for like weeks or a month and a half to get away from the holiday. I'm not kidding. I know at least a handful of people that do this, because the holidays are so painful to them that they can't deal. And you know what? That's their way of dealing. That's their way of coping. One day they're going to be tired of running from it, and then they will face it. Let them deal with it on their own terms. So, I hope this finds you all well. Please like, share, and subscribe. It does mean a lot to me with you guys supporting me. So, I wish we all have a really good day today, and love and light to you all.